What up? What up? What's going on, fam? Let's get into this. This is SMS Live. I'm Sean, and we're going to be taking a look at some of the meme coins. I haven't done this in quite a while, but I'm going to try to start doing this after work every day. Just kind of running back, see what the prices look like. And obviously, today was a red day. And if you see these glasses, no, I'm not fucking blind. It's just all of these screens all day at work. It kind of made sense to me. So before we get any further, just want to make sure everything sounds good. Kind of running back, see what the price is. Sounds good, looks good. Let's get after it. But I was gonna go paint outside a little bit and do some graffiti shit, but it's fucking cold as shit, so we're not doing that. Hold on one second. And bang. But yeah, you like my little ghetto microphone here? But nah, man, we're definitely gonna get back onto a regular stream. I was trying to find like a team and get people on board, but honestly, bro, like fuck that. It's more hassle than it is to get people to want to do some shit. So we're just gonna do it the way we've always done it, solo dolo. But we are gonna take a look at Solana meme coins. Nothing on Say today. We'll touch on that shit another time. Say took a shit. I mean, the price, everything took a shit, but Say's down pretty good. It's a good opportunity if you got some money and you're trying to get exposure. This would probably be the best time to start grabbing some bags. Does it continue to dip? Who knows? With everything going on in the world, it's hard to say like what's next. So we're just going to take a look at how the prices have been looking, where things are at, and you know, any potential moves. Maybe we'll look at some NFTs and shit like that too. So let me get CoinMarketCap up here as well. Maybe even play some of the run a game from Chris. I'm so Chris. I don't know what the fuck was up with it the other day. Like the arrows, they didn't work, so I wasn't able to really play the game. I hit him up. He didn't say anything about the controls or there being an issue or fixing it. He just kind of said, I'll refund your money for the tournament. I still don't know the whole setup with the tournament, but we'll get there at some point. I'm sure of that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And I'm going to add this to our screen. Boom, boom, boom. All right, there we go. We got a nice chart up here. So first off, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. As always, it kind of sets the tone of things. If you guys don't know, start paying attention to it. You have things like this. For a little while, Bonk was kind of leading the way and running right in kind of tangent with Bitcoin. I think that kind of lost its correlation. But we'll take a look at that too, just to see kind of where the meme coins are at and stuff like that. So I'm going to zoom out to let's just take a look at the monthly view on the chart up here and see what we got cooking. Right now, the price is at $97,400 some odd dollars. It's going to fluctuate while we're here. But we do see the sell-off right here. And these are just nice clips just kind of coming off the top right there, like boom, boom, boom. Again, we're at $90,000, so there's really not that much to bitch about unless you just got in or you haven't been able to find a position. Whatever the case is, there'll be other opportunity. I promise you. Maybe you got to get focused on the next 4 years or whatever after this next bear market, however long it takes, if you're not getting here. But there is still a chance that this is a super cycle. It lasts 2 to 3 years or something like that. We don't know what's going to happen yet. It's all going to come down to, in my opinion, it's going to come down to the inauguration and how the presidency kind of goes. That's going to dictate a lot of the outcomes, and in my opinion, just kind of like where we're looking at things. One thing I will say, and I've said it since I've heard it, Trump isn't as bullish on crypto as people think. He's bullish on fucking money. Like straight up said in the interview, he was like, I don't really care for digital crypto, whatever digital currency. He said, but the amount of people that bought my NFT cards with Bitcoin very fast. He saw fast, quick money, and he could, hold on to that. So as we take a look at this chart here, I need to figure out a way to get rid of this fucking thing. This thing is the worst. But we can see that we have this run up right here all the way back in 2017, pretty much just sideways. Everything's going to zero, blah, 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 blah. And then we have this little run, huge run actually in 2021 with these double peaked. And it came down and it could not continue, and it broke back down all the way back down to $16,000 in 2022. After that low, it's been nothing but up from, again, $19,000 or $16,000 to $97K. So could this be the top? Yeah, 100% could be the top. This could be it. We could be going back down from here. That's That's a very real possibility. And people that say, no, well, dude, look at this run, man. Like, you don't have sustainable growth. Like, we haven't seen that. And this has been around for 10 years. So unless it starts to change its patterns and its ways, I just don't, I don't know. I don't know. And I don't think anybody truly does know. So this chart sucks dick, though. I'll tell you that. This is like the worst fucking chart I've ever seen. I thought it was going to be better to show you guys this, but it's clearly not. What's this, 2024? I guess I got to go back to this one here. But my point of this one is, look at how it came up and came right back down. This one had 2 peaks, came right back down. This one, what are we looking at? 3 or 4 months of maybe some sideways potential, go back down and come back up. Maybe it comes all the way back down here, catches at 60K and comes back up to 90K and then shoots back down to, I don't know, what will we say? Maybe, what's this? 30, 40,000. That's kind of how I see it. These 2 points right here where you have this dip where it kind of shot back up, and it's almost the same spot right there between 30, 40K or so. This would be a target where I'd like to see this come back if this was the end. I personally don't think it is. I think that we have more time in the market. But if it does come down, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be mad. There's been plenty of money made this cycle. No, I didn't, retire my bloodline. And I guarantee you 90% of the people fucking posting about it didn't do that shit either. Just a bunch of people trying to get clicks and get paid by X. So like the next grind is going to be that kind of stuff, how to continue to get monetized. But I wonder, do we have all of this excitement, all of this money, all of this liquidity flowing around once this whole sector kind of takes a downturn? Are we going to see that? No, you're not. You're not going to see all of that. You're still going to have the opportunities as they start to dry out. People leave, protocols fucking just dry up. Like, things will be very, very scarce. I've been through this bear market. It was the first one. It wasn't as long as this thing, but right here, like, that shit sucked. But I mean, coming in around this point, no, coming around this high right here made the all-time high. But it was down for how many months is this? So 2023 for the most part. And then it finally kicked up. So we'll see where this goes. There's some people still calling 150. Yeah, maybe. This peaked out here at 8,000 or so. Well, no. 10,000, 8,000. What's this? 17? Yeah. So we hit the 17 there. It came back up here to 57. So you're up, $50,000 there. Found the support at this high. So that's why I'm thinking, you come down to 50 to 40 per, $1,000. That's if we were to come back down. That's where I'm looking at. That's where I would be telling people, go ahead and start pouring in. Let's go that route. But anyway, Bitcoin's going to lead the whole run. It's just the way it goes. We still haven't seen Ethereum make its move. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And I might just use a different chart because I absolutely hate this fucking thing in my way. I guess we'll go to Deck Screener for that. Can I even pull that? I don't use Deck Screener like this. Let's use in the comments over here. We got Sleepy Z. What's going on, fam? We got you in the building. Bam, bam. Just vibing, brother. Just honestly waiting for my weed guy. And then going to pick up some bud and doing my thing. Probably going to paint after this inside. I got more paint, acrylics and shit like that. Got paints or projects on the wall I got to finish. I got some digital stuff I got to do. I'm all over the place, to be honest with you. So you can't even look up Ethereum here? No. What the fuck is up with this thing? Very cool. So somebody broke the fucking markets and all of the fucking charts, huh? You would think that they would put like the most popular chain front and center. No, that's not what I wanted either. Where do I see Sol? Let me pull it up. I'm trying to get a better chart up here. I don't like the charts that I got. I don't understand why fucking it has to be such a pain in the ass. Let's look at Solana on this one here, on Bird Eye. Sol, can we just look at Sol? Boom. It's Wrap Sol. I guess that's the same, right? 196? Dang. No, is that real? I haven't looked at the price of anything, honestly, in a little while. I was just telling the homies, like, I have no idea where anything's at. I didn't realize Say went under 50 cents. But it did. Shout out to Coherent for sharing the space. If you guys are in here, 36 of you, if you could reshare this, get more people in here, I'd appreciate it. It cost you literally fucking nothing, and it would be cool. But if you don't want to, that's fine too. I don't really give a shit. But let's see. We got Solana. I mean, you got to look at this here. I mean, this is the last week. It's just been downtrending, down, down, down. Yeah, these spikes and shit, but like you're making higher lows all the way through here. Yeah, this does, come up here from the sideways action, but or lower lows. I'm sorry, lower lows all the way through here. You're not really showing a change of trend right here. Could, but like it doesn't look good. For what it is, it doesn't look like it's the best situation to be in. Let's see here. I do not like the new V2 version of this thing, personally. All right, so this is not cool. October. All right, I think this is something I can show you where you have a trend just like this before we had this movement. Or no, it's probably, yeah, there you go. I got to zoom all the way the fuck out. Boom, boom, boom. Right now, I see it going back down. I see it continuing to slide down. I see it, losing momentum. I see people taking profits. It's the end of the year. It's Christmas time. I don't know if you get a new all-time high because right here is where I was trying to tell people, like, this is your high in March. And you see this downtrend right here, right? And this is where everybody was like, oh, we're going all-time high. Well, we didn't quite get there. It came right the fuck back down. It wasn't even like a gradual thing. This thing was like, yeah, fuck off. We're going back down here. You did make a little bit of a pump here, but this downtrend, and then I pointed out this lower high, lower high. This one was just a little bit higher, but in my opinion, not enough to cause any kind of change of direction. And then look at that sell-off all the way right down there. Like that was the big one. And then it kind of went sideways. If this continued here, we weren't going to get this leg up. But there was too much bullishness in the market. You're going sideways. You kept pinging off of this point, this point, this point, pretty much all the way across. You kept bouncing right about here at 119, 120. I was telling people, if we break through to like 100, you're going to go to like 80 some dollars or something like this with Sol. But again, this did go into a bull flag. It did go into its position. It played out pretty damn good. It's a major. I mean, that probably has a huge part to play with that. But if you look at this, like that, you have your bull flag. I draw the bottom one. They don't have to be fucking perfect, guys. These are just like, these are only drawn off of people's sentiment, beliefs, and human behavior. You can say what you want with it, but people are using this because we're all seeing the same chart. We're seeing the same supports and resistance. We're seeing the same places where this can go. This was a nice bullish pattern, and most people would have thought that maybe it continues to bounce and shoots up here, but it did break out and it went up to the upside. It changed directions. It made a higher low from this point forward, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, all the way through here. Now let's take all these stupid fucking things off. Guys, I'm a professional TA expert, so just trust me. I'm just kidding. So anyway, you have that story. You have that whole summer. That's not a Solana summer. That's nice, but it's not Solana summer. That's not. We wanted the bull run in the summer, so we could have had a little bit more fun. Either way you look at it, this is where we're at now. Shout out to HFG for reposting the broadcast. I do appreciate you. 39 here. Would appreciate if you guys throw it up in there. We got Sleepy in here saying, did you hear about the amount of SOL that FTX may have in secret wallets? 8%, 100%. I had Dahlia on a live stream back in March or February or March, and she's an Ethereum. She might not say it, but I think she's an Ethereum maxi, to be honest with you. I mean, that's predominantly where she's been doing most of her activity. She's probably going to call herself a Damn, I'm about to cash out and stable some of this fucking Solana, to be honest with you. This thing is dropping like a fucking piss missile. But anyway, she was talking about the amount that was locked up, and if that liquidity was to come out, I mean, look at right now. This could have been part of it at that point where people were just holding on, waiting for all-time highs. We made about 260 and lower high, lower lows, lower highs. Complete downtrend all the way to the breakout point right here. It caught right here and it bounced up. You filled the gap on this one right here, and then it's come right back to this point. If you don't get a bounce here, you don't have, I mean, maybe this could save you seeing these right here, these points. That's going to be your support. But realistically, this is showing you like downtrend. You need to bounce off of this, but I would definitely say be prepared for 180, 170 in this range for it to come down and chill at, to be honest with you, just from what it looks like. I don't know if, the details behind how much is in secret wallets, whatever the case is with that, but you got support resistant marks right here. This is, if this does not catch it and hold here, you're coming back down to this channel. It's just the way it's going to be. Bitcoin's probably going to slide the same way if it goes this direction. If we get a bounce, if things look a little bit more bullish, maybe there's some hope on that end. But this is really kind of showing you like there's not a lot of faith in this. We have fucking the crazy ass drone situation going on in the US, maybe the rest of the world. We just don't hear about it. The war is going on, a missing nuke just floating the fuck around in the world. There's a lot going on. But that's why I said, if we go all the way to the inauguration, we go into the change of hands when it comes to the presidency over here in the US, that could be something that bolsters the economy. But until then, you could see a downtrend all the way up until that point. You could. Like this, yeah, you're getting buy pressure here, but these are the hopefuls. These are people coming in during the summer. These are the mass adoption, the normies, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. It's people that, like, none of the people that have been in this space for the last year and a half are buying sizable amounts of Solana for any reason at all, because we've been buying it from $8, $9, $16, $20, $30, all the way the fuck up to 100 and some. And then people kind of stopped buying and they've been cashing out and said they're going to cash out 300, 400. When I hear somebody say they're cashing out at 400, I'm going to expect them to take a sizable amount of profit at all-time high and have a moon bag. And I think they're bullshitters, just like they bullshit with meme coins. Why would they tell you any different? They've got more money than you. They don't want you to get the upper hand on them. They want to take the profit off the table. That's just the way this space has been. And if you think I'm fucking wrong on that one, feel free. I don't care. That's the power of having your own opinions here. But it's just what I've seen. Like, for instance, a very popular trader that's a full-time trader on Solana laughs at people when they don't take profit. When he takes profit, calls himself a profit maxi, and then he will gloat about it and take a trip and bolster in your face like, as you guys are holding like idiots, I've been selling because I've been watching the market using practical fucking numbers here. You get to a point where you have so much money, you can take a lot of stupid gambles and risks, and you don't have to face the consequences that the everyday Joe or the average person trying to, get to that point is going to. And that's really where people get fucked up. They get the FOMO, they get too excited about what's going on. But like, at no point this month has this been, except for the 10th, you had this, jump right here. But look at that, man. It came right the fuck back down. And not even 10 days later, you're back lower than where you were before. I just don't see the momentum and the power. I don't see much really wanting to hold this thing up just where we're at. So there's a very good likelihood that you're going to be coming back down into this range. Do what you want with that information. I'm not a financial fucking expert, or you're fine. If you want my personal opinion, send me your fucking money. I'll do the best I can with it, and good luck on that end. I'm not a financial fucking whiz. I'm not sitting here giving you guys any decision-making power or whatever it is. I'm showing you what I see here. I'm showing you the support and resistance. I'm showing you the opportunity. I'm showing you where, when I say opportunity, like cash out some of your if you made a shit ton of money, stable it up. Who knows where this is going to go? You won't be mad taking profit. I promise you that. You will be pissed off if you run this back for a full circle. There's a couple coins this cycle that I could have sold out, but I believed in dumb motherfuckers. I believed in dumb things, and I got to wait that one out now. That's just the nature of the beast. Like, my ass thought, well, this is the fucked up thing, and they need to do something about this, in my opinion. Let me go ahead and switch this up because this is a little bit more, personal, I guess. So with all of these claims and shit like that, there's a lot of people that have compromised wallets with a shit ton of fucking liquidity that has been, moved around on that wallet where they should be getting these airdrops, myself included. I'm missing probably, I would just say 10K or more, that $10,000 or more that has been taken from the scammer before I could get to these wallets. They unlinked the ME Foundation ones, relinked them. Before I could get there and do any of the claims, before it was live, I was at work. These guys swiped those right from underneath me. I was only able to grab one claim, so I staked that one straight ahead. But unfortunately, these motherfuckers, they made off like bandits. More power to them. They were playing the game more aggressively. It sucks, but that's the way it goes. I clicked on a fucking link 2 years ago. I'm still paying the piper for it. Same thing happened with my Pudgy. There's about 15,000 Pudgy that was taken from me from, the same exact process. As soon as the claims opened up, they linked the wallets, they took them before I could get it. I was, actively at work trying to do this shit, and I got what I could. I didn't have my seed phrase for a certain wallet at work, so I got what I could. 2 days later, the ledger, that thing was working, so I was able to make my claim on Pudgy with the ledger. ME still not able to make a claim from them. And honestly, I've been hitting them up online, and they're just playing games like, why should we do this? Why should we answer you? So, I mean, they can suck a fat dick as far as I'm concerned. That's not the way you kind of treat people. But again, you saw what they did at the Safe Foundation. You saw how they handle a lot of the situations. They're not really concerned about your opinion or feelings as long as it looks good and aesthetically pleasing for marketing purposes. The IRL situations are fun for the consumer, the people going there, and the people that are trying to meet and network. Probably not as fun for the people throwing the parties, because they kind of seem like assholes at the end of the day. They're probably under a lot of stress. I'm not knocking them. I get it. But at the same time, you signed up for it. It's like you go to a restaurant, somebody's pissed off because whatever fucking reason. They're serving, they're working. What you signed up for that job, asshole. Like, you're supposed to be the best at your craft. Nobody asked you to have a miserable attitude coming here. So I don't know. That's just one thing I see. And again, that's why I want to run my own events. They're going to be smaller. I'm trying my hardest to connect and network with people that are on the East Coast, are willing to travel and want to do this. Got a location, a tattoo shop, a prime, off of Northern Liberties in Philadelphia. It's right around from a bunch of clubs. There's even a strip club for whoever wants to go check that out. It could be a good time there, but it's going to be some debauchery, I would imagine. But Philadelphia is a fun place to, kind of get around and do bar crawls and shit like that. Don't get me started. That motherfucker cheated a 6-figure bag for $5K he got from me. God damn, look, I wouldn't have been following it that fucking close, but I feel you, brother. And you get it, man. Like, you know how the game works. It's not that it's not fair. It's just we're in a wild, wild west territory where you have to be your own banker. You have to be your own regulator. You got to be your own insurance. You got to do it all. And you have to pay for every fucking mistake you make along the way. And unfortunately, them bitches will follow you for 2 to 3 years. But enough about that, guys. So again, Solana, I don't have confidence with this chart, with this downtrend, with what we see here, with the run up for the whole entire year. Bro, we are up significantly. Like, if I look at, let me take a double check on this one before I give you some crazy ass retarded number. So for the year, Solana is up 169%. I mean, since it's low all the way back in 2022, it's up about 700%. No, that's 8. Let's see. Right there. It says 509%. No, that's not right. It's got to be up like 1,000%, some shit. I don't know. You see what I'm talking about. This thing has been running up significantly. So for it to pull back, for it to come back, it doesn't surprise me. Just pay attention to Bitcoin. If you start going to 90, 80, 70, like down like that, you're going down. But again, we never saw Ethereum hit its all-time high. Maybe we did kind of close, but like it didn't make a significantly new one. Neither did this, though. Like, this did not do anything out of the ordinary. The only one that made that was Bitcoin. So maybe this comes back down towards the end of the year. Maybe we go all the way back down to, in the beginning of the year. And then again, once the presidency and all of that does its thing, maybe we get that bounce back up. But from what it looks like right here, you're either going to go sideways from the support. Things are going to be kind of boring and stale. People are going to be bitching, whatever. Who cares? Worry about your bags. Put the capital. Cash is king. If this goes down further, you're going to wish that you took some cash. Don't be scared. Don't worry about anybody saying you're a cheating mother. Fuck that, dude. Do what's best for you and improving the quality of your life and making sure that you are buying your freedom back. If you're listening to other people's advice about holding on to bags, you're going to run into the problem where you're like, man, I wish I would have sold that. Just take the cash off the table first, man. I'm telling you. I don't care what anybody else's opinion is on that. And they're not going to be as transparent as I am about what they're doing. So you can trust somebody that's hiding behind a fucking PFP and not showing you a damn thing or talking to you about it, just telling you what you should do. Or you can tell somebody that's very, very out in the open about all this because, hey, the Jew bag got for me months after the first drain would be like $3K right now. Bro, if we go back all the way to the shit like that, like, god damn, bro, I don't want to talk about the amount of money. But again, what would we have done with that? Where we would have been? So drone's been cracking since the Pentagon went live with the truth. What was the truth? What was the truth? That they don't know? That it's coming from the ocean? That it's fucking probably been, I don't know. That shit's all a mess. But anyway, let's get into these tokens. First off, we're going to take a look at Sativa. If you guys wanted me to take a look at any token, don't put some fucking dumbass gay token up there. It better be something that's worth looking at. I'm not going to hate on it if you do put something up there. Why is it? Can I type? But if it's like dick cock emu balls, I'm not looking at it. Be completely straight with you. I don't got time for that. I cheat on the charts more than the stock. In my room, you motherfucker. Yo, Wook's hilarious, dude. I haven't been in the space with you in a while, Wook. We got a link. Yo, I was looking at that, the fucking unicorn fart dust or whatever it was. I was looking at that at 7 cents. I was like, maybe I should jump into this. This bitch ran up to 27 cents. So I was like, damn, could have jumped on that, but I don't know. Maybe I got PTSD of top blast and shit, and just kind of like, nah, I don't want to get into it. I mean, too much of that has been going on. All right, Sativa. It's probably one of the better looking charts right now. All right, so let's just preface this. Sativa's known. He's been around the fucking block. He's very transparent with everything. He's pretty good at organizing. You got to link with Convo. I'll write that down, brother. I'm just type it somewhere. Convo. DM me that, so I don't have to do that. I'll probably forget. But Sativa, he's a G, and he sent me a message somewhere around here and said, who's going to rug when I'm in control? And I was like, that's hilarious. It's a fucking chat AI that hosts spaces. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I'll definitely have to check that out. That would be fun. But he was saying, who's going to, rug when I'm in control? And I was like, very valid fucking point. And you can see right here, as soon as this sold off right there, right back up where it started from. I mean, a perfect fucking trend to the upside here. You're not looking at the chart because I don't have it up. Boop. But you see what I'm saying right here? He launched this coin. It's his name. It's his handle. It's everything to do with him. But the thing about this is you got to think what's in the pipeline. If we do have some lows, if we do have people cashing out, we do have people stabling up, waiting for opportunity. You got to kind of think about what's coming up in the future. What's a degenerate coin thing that could pop off even when prices are going down everywhere else? Well, Sativa. It's weed. It's very popular. The weed connoisseurs are coming out of the woodworks like, oh, I saw this and I just wanted to support it because I'm a grower, yada, 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 yada. So you're going to get people with that narrative. You're going to get the people that just want to smoke weed every day. Like myself, like I give a fuck less about the rest of it. That's not really where I care about. I'm not in business. I don't want to be in that business. Pushing it to your boys and shit like that, that's another story. But I don't want to be a grower and all of that kind of stuff. But there's people buying for that reason. They like it. They want to be involved. They want to get some of the Sativa bag. And again, think about 420. This is going to lead up to that. We're at 115,000 on the market cap with this one. You've got 360 wallets holding this coin, supporting it. And look at the growth. You have that few amount of people pumping a chart like this, maintaining a certain level of like respect, and it's still up here despite everything going down. You got to pay attention to this kind of stuff. So for that reason alone, I'm just going to quickly shift gears. I mean, on the day, you guys can see it's up 20%, 21%, whatever. It's doing pretty damn good. Let's go ahead and take a look at Pengu. This coin, very bullish on. I think there's a huge opportunity for people with this one. I don't think that you've seen the highs. I don't think you've seen the lows for the matter. But listening to the homie talk, I think he believes in this thing more than he believes in fucking his reflection. This dude is very bullish. He's listening to the universal signs that are coming to him. Something about like one thing dies, something good happens. Like, I don't know. The dude's got a good following. People kind of like, treat him like God or whatever. I'm not kidding. People really do kind of like treat these people higher than, not that they should. I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. I'm just saying he's a human being, man. Like, he could fuck up just as well as everybody else. But anyway, we have our sell-off. We have everybody cheating out, taking the profits, and then buying the bags back up and yada, yada, yada. But this is the thing, guys. Like, this is always going to happen. If you think there's ever going to be a coin that does what Sativa is doing, don't think it's going to come from an airdrop. Don't think it's going to be coming from a claim. Don't think it's going to be handed to you. Every single fucking person that's been in this space that's going to have anything sizable is going to jeet the fuck out of it and then buy all of this shit back up, buy all of your pain, all of your tears. This will come back up to the 5-cent mark. It probably will go to the 10, 20-cent mark at some point. These are the pudgy penguins. They're the cutest fucking NFTs that have made it outside of the digital world. This is a real tangible fucking toy where you can show somebody and say, do you think this is cute? And they'll be like, fuck yeah, that's cute. I love that. I want one. Perfect. Great. Let me show you how you can buy some of this token. In my own opinion, it does feel a little bit like Pengu, like ME, or like buying parts of a stock and stuff like that. It's like, not literally shares. I don't know if you're going to have governance. I know that with ME, you're able to do some shit like that where you can stake it, maybe vote for stuff down the road. I don't know what Pengu's doing. However, it kind of just makes me think about it because it's a lot supply. You've got 476,000 wallets. Those are not people. You have to keep that to, discern like from there. Your market cap is 2.5 or 55 billion, which is incredible. But that's the low right now, and that's significant. This is one project with a bunch of other things kind of built out of it. So you got to think about, like, this is still very small, but there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of ways that this thing can continue to grow. I mean, you even saw the, Pudgy Penguins on Solana, a derivative collection, just like the Bored Ape Solana Club, Bored Ape Yacht Club. You saw how the Bored Apes on Solana ran up to, like, technically no reason except for the community. I mean, I hold one of them. I thought that it was one of those communities kind of like Pengu where you hold on to it, you show your loyal support, you don't fucking sell your assets, maybe you get something back. But I found out that Dak said, no, I mean, he's given back to other people that don't hold the token, that haven't done anything to it because it's like the philanthropy shit, whatever. That's great. This dude is making so much money, he could probably cover that on his own without affecting anything else. But he's using this project to promote that, do that. My opinion, I don't care about that. I never got into crypto to support charities, I guess is what I'm saying. And if that sounds cruel or wrong, well, why did you get into crypto? Think about that. Did you get in because you're like, you know what? I want to buy this thing because I want somebody else to fucking have a better life. That's great. But the thing is, if you get to where your point, maybe you can help other people, not use other people to support your thing, to push this thing. Like, I'm not buying the pets. I'm not buying any other fucking things, whatever. I've tried to make traits on the holidays and stuff. And he was like, we got our guy. We're not interested. I was like, cool, great, awesome, perfect. I want nothing to do with it either. So it's just like, I look at that. This is a bull run, or it was a bull run, or it's a bull market. These are the times where prices fly. Yeah, well, I know that. First rule of the bull is never bull, never, yeah. I know that. But, yeah, I also did a lucky buy on my penguin for 0.01, and I hit. So first spin, I'm going to take that one to the bank and hold on to it. But anyway, I was buying this thing back, I don't know, last year, sometime earlier this year. I guess I'm like 3 months away from, the unlock period. To pay for it to get unlocked, you have to pay like a 1.25 SOL or some ridiculous shit. I don't care to do that. Like, I don't want it out that bad, but I'm just like, damn, dude, there's nothing coming from a year of like putting it away. Like, that's weird to me, honestly. I just feel like he's got a bigger platform. Everything that was in-house, you had to go into the Discord, you had to follow the steps, you had to click the buttons, you had to yada, 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 with a chance to win these. These aren't guarantees. So that's kind of how it's broken down to me. He didn't want people to just get free money for supporting them. He wanted them to also continue to do shit in the project or whatever. But again, like I don't have much interest in SPL. Like I don't have much interest into buying a bunch of NFTs because these are all things that could be manipulated by somebody that has a ton of fucking money. The other thing is his focus isn't directly on the Bored Ape. He's trying to help out with the OK Dogs, the Bears, whatever, which I think is another shitty project. No offense. Personal opinions here. You guys don't have to like what I got. I can say what I fucking want to, but I don't think that shit's the best. The Bored Ape, the OK Bears, the OK Dogs, the Herman's Club, they all have the exact same art. Collarbones, chest hair, facial features, eyeballs, color, like the whole color thing palette is the exact same for all these fucking projects. So I'm not really bullish on, chocolate. It's just like you're just looking at different flavors of the cola. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit, just getting watered down to more recognizable derivatives to other derivatives. My point is, the Hermans are doing an airdrop, but the Bored Ape Solana Club isn't doing shit for the people that are just holding. That's what I'm saying. We're in a bull market. There should be things going out there. I'm not bitching about it. Like I got my shit. It's gonna sit there. Hopefully we get to 5 to 10 sold. I can cut it and take a profit off of there. Nice trade on that end. If it doesn't ever go to its all-time high, well, it's high again. That's fine. But again, it's like I don't want that. Like I don't know. That's just my personal take on there. I'm from a place where projects like what's it called? Famous Fox. They gave out, those houses and shit like that. Well, those ran up. They continued to give back to their supporters, their holders. They didn't ask them to raise money for other people and to buy more things and yada, yada, yada. They provided things for them too, so they can use that shit going forward. That's just my take. I'm not singling out this one just because I hate it. I don't hate it. I'm not getting rid of it and rename my NFT in the metadata. Like, that's not my point. It's just a scenario and a case where I can explain, like, we're in a bull market. We should be giving back. Like, if I'm a founder and I got a community, regardless of the size, like, look what Pengu just did. He didn't say we were too big not to give back. He found a fucking way to give back to the people because that's going to continue to push you that way. But Wook's right. Like, derivatives, not the best choice. The one claim that I think homie has is like, well, he said that somebody said like Frank D. God said he wished he would have done the Bored Ape derivative. Whatever sense that made, I don't know. I don't think that Frank has the best look. I mean, look at the D Gods, look at where they're at. The community's dope. They're goated, but they also got airdrops too. Like, so just hear me out on that one. Wear them like German fencing scarves. Yeah, Woogie, you know the deal. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on there. Big projects should do big things for their big communities because you're going to continue to grow and amplify that. If people start to realize, like, there's really no benefit. Like Mad Lads, Armani said, all you need is one. You don't need to have a horde of these things that's greedy past one. If you want more than one, do your own thing. Who gives a shit? But that is greed. And that's from, a very, very prominent project's, founder's standpoint that has provided tools, provided, centralized exchanges, stuff like that. That's just my take on the NFTs. They're controlled by people that have a lot of money. And when you start to see the supply shock on them, people get FOMO. They think they're going to get in there. That might work for a little bit, but typically people get dumped on their fucking heads, just like all of these coins, just like everything else we've ever seen. We're like, NFTs are down only. There's very few of them that have gone down and made a new all-time high. There's very, very few of them ever have done those things. It is what it is. People can say, well, the price of Solana. Well, if one soul is one soul, what changed now? Just because the narrative fits your story? That's on you. That's what you got to deal with. I don't care for that. But anyway, Pengu, where do we see this going? Since it did bounce here, it would be cool to see this thing come back up into the 3-4 cent range. However, we don't have enough to really look at to see, like, hey, what could happen? Where does it look like it's going? This is the best view, in my opinion, of kind of like what you see going on. Let's see if I can make it look a little bit more juicy for you. This is your bottom. You tapped out on your bottom again from the dump, so you just hit it again. That's great. This would be a great point for people to buy. That's why that's going on. But you could equally see this happen again if we continue to see Solana sliding down. These people right here were probably spending their drop that they cashed out because now they've 4 or 5x'd it by doing this. You know, you got to think of that. That's where these big buyers are coming through. And then what do you think these are? Well, that's probably these people that didn't get out here trying to get out now. And then you're going to start seeing the cascading effect. What do we see here? A downtrend, lower lows, lower highs. If this doesn't go higher than this, it's just going to continue on that downtrend. Is that something that you want to sit on? Do you want to bet on that with, you know, the market doing what it's doing? I personally don't. Did I get out of my positions? No. You can hold on to them. You don't have to fucking sell them. But you got to remember the people telling you not to sell them. Are they showing you that they're not selling? Are they showing you that they're? I sold one bag. Look, I had a couple different bags, a couple different claims, like in different wallets with the Penguin there. I sold one of them just to hold on to some cash. I did hear that they're going to be doing airdrops for people that are holding on to the coin. So those are your reasons. That's the incentive to hold on to these coins in case there's any future airdrops. But I can't vouch for that with 100% certainty. Like, I've locked things up thinking that there was a benefit to do so, and you know, it didn't work out. Like ME, if I knew I wasn't going to get those other 6 claims, I would cash that motherfucker out at like $1,200. It's less than $500 right now, probably even lower. But it's staked. I put it in right away just to make sure I had some locked in there because I saw that my wallets looked kind of funky with the 6 of them that were, you know, unlinked. There was even somebody fucking arguing with me online like, oh, you have access. Motherfucker, I wouldn't be bitching about access to my funds if I had access to my funds. That is the dumbest argument I've ever had. They're trying to tell me that you must have it if you get to that screen. No, it's claimed by somebody else. Like, it literally says claimed. I didn't do it. I wouldn't be talking about it if I did it. That was the craziest thing I saw. But anyway, we'll see how things go, man. Like, there could be some more airdrops coming in the new year, maybe something around Christmas time. We still have Bonk. They're supposed to be doing one of their drops. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how this plays out. Again, if you do not see a higher high and we do not start setting higher lows, it could be in some, you know, slippery slopes here with Pengu because it could go lower. There's no guarantee that this has to hold this line right here. We've seen this stuff. But it's all going to have to, you know, just be predicated on the market. But yeah, I am still holding. Let me see how many I am holding because I did sell and buy back in a couple times because it was dipping. It was, you know, that's the move to make. Let's see here. Yeah, this one, it's not down too much, but I think most of my play was at like 3 billion. Down 24%. So that's not terrible at all. Like, once you anywhere past that, you might want to start wondering, like, hey, I'm just letting this shit burn the fuck away for no reason. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I took some profits just in case, just for, you know, whatever I wanted to, so I could have a chunk of change on the side. And we're ready to deploy it if I need to, or whatever the hell I want to do with it. Let's just take a quick look at my Pudgy Penguin. It's still, it went up a little bit, I guess. This was up like 0.2, this little guy, but I got it for 0.01. I don't really care too much to, you know, sell it because I do kind of like it. It cost me like $4 fucking. Do the LP pair for fees. I was considering doing that. I was looking at Meteora. I got a paper over here that I was looking into. What the fuck was it? All the airdrops coming up because I'm going to be studying them. I got to fucking reclaim all the, you know, the funds that I can. So there's Meteora. There's the abstract airdrop. There's the early bird special for that one going on. If you were claiming your Pengu, there was a screen that came up after the fact for AGW or AWG, whatever that was. I can't remember exactly. But this whole weekend, I'm going to get back on stream and kind of dig through these and take notes and, you know, try to help you guys out. Maybe make some videos about which ones, how. There's a bunch of people copying off of each other, doing threads about, you know, this airdrop, that airdrop, whatever, you know, the case is. Be careful about that. Like Meteor has a token M3M3. If you buy that thinking you could stake that, you don't really see till afterwards how clear it says you need 40,000 of these. So you need like 15 SOL or so of M3M3 to stake it and to get rewards. Otherwise, put a decent video the other day on YouTube. Yeah, so you're probably talking about the same tweet that I'm kind of talking about. But I was watching that, and yeah, no, those motherfuckers got it bad. But I was looking at that token, and I saw where it was at. I was like, oh, this is a pretty nice buying position right here. So I put a bag in there, and then I went to go stake it, and then I realized after I had staked it, there's fucking, you need 40,000 of them. I was like, I don't have 40,000 fucking of these tokens. I'm not going to get shit for this. So, and then it also is the 18-hour cooldown. So you can't just immediately pull your funds out. Do what you need to with that info. I still think that that's a play with Meteora. Like what's saying here is to use the LP for fees, because I think that that's a solid move. If you don't know about if you don't know about liquidity pools, you don't know about permanent loss, that should be your homework this weekend. Start understanding that. If you find that you always miss your entry or your exits or whatever for these fucking coins, start looking at the LP, because you can start to provide liquidity. Like imagine if you were all the way over here providing liquidity for Pengu as it's running up here, you would be making fee. Like what your money does, there's a certain amount, like a window where you're entering your funds, and then those funds are going to be traded. And as people trade them, there's fees that are taken, and all of those fees, they come back and disperse to the people that are supporting that token by supplying liquidity. That's literally where that play goes. But if you don't understand what impermanent loss is, there's certain points where you're out of your range, where you're not collecting fees and it's costing you. So there is a point where you can lose there. I'm not the best teacher of it, but it's something that I constantly, the more and more I look at it, it's easier to understand. But the main gist of it is you're entering a position where there's certain price range where you're going to be supplying liquidity for the trades that are taking place during that movement and the price action. So for Pengu, if you were to supply liquidity right here at 200 or 2.5 billion, and your range was 3.5 billion, whatever, every trade you're going to essentially be collecting some kinds of fees dispersed through that. Go look at this stuff, read the white papers, do your homework, talk to other people about it, join spaces. Like it is confusing even when you do all of that, but the more and more you actually, you don't have to go in with size. You can use small amounts and just see how it works. Like put $10 in there. You're not going to see much. You're going to see change, but you'll see how it works. You'll see the ratio. If you can replay or repeat a ratio, if you can re-engineer that, I guess, like trying to, like if you get 100% on a trade that you only have 0.5 Solana, if you had 500 Solana, and you could technically do the same thing, making sure the liquidity is available, of course, that's the factor. But that's a play. That's one way to go about it. Damn, we still got Sleepy's up fucking comment up here. All these other comments. Dun, dun, dun. Let me take this one down. But yeah, liquidity pools are definitely an opportunity. But we'll see what happens with Pengu here. This is a good point. I mean, if you sold off here, I'd be buying the shit out of the bags here, just because you got 1, 2, 3, it's bouncing. But if this does come back down and set a lower low, probably not a good sign. So look at the volume. The buying pressure is coming off. You're starting to see the curl. It's on the 50-minute chart here. You do have bullish candles right here with the wicks, longer wicks on the bottom. That's good. It is curling. These are getting smaller. Look at this shit over here. This is your volume. This is how you're able to tell, like, all right, this shit ain't fucking driving. Like, look at this all right here. Can you find anywhere where it looks similar to that? It's all green on a getting smaller and smaller and smaller. You don't even have to look up here at the top of the chart. You can just literally be like, hey, did I really put that contact entrance up there? My bad. Get this fucking thing out. Angel is the most innovative concept. Well, you guys heard it from OBZ. Get the halo or angel halo, whatever the fuck. But again, look at the volume down there, guys. Like this is going to be significant. If you can get this to keep moving in this direction, you're good. But it does look like there's some sellers coming in here and going to try to bring this thing down. People shorting this. That's another thing you got to look at. They're going to be making money on the way down. Like one thing I learned with stocks and options is you have puts and calls where you can make money up, you can make money down. You start to understand that concept. You transfer that over to leverage where you're longing or shorting. Same fucking concept. You can make money up, and then you can make money coming down. You start to use your support and resistance. You start to look at parts where you think people are going to want to buy in, or you think they're going to want to sell. That's where you start to, switch your gears up a little bit and do your thing. But yeah, that's definitely a play. But we'll see how this plays out, guys. I think Pengu overall, again, you got the plushies, you got the project, you got the Ethereum alone, liquidity, the name, everything you want to for this thing to knock it out of the park. And a great drop that's hooked up all of the Solana OGs. That's significant. There's people that are just going to fuck with this group and might even go over and want to buy a Pudgy because of that. I mean, I know they're ridiculously high, but you're not going to ever catch me buying something that high unless it's a fucking house or a car or something worth value. I just don't know if I could ever pull the trigger on a price like that. That's why I'm cool with my Solana derivative. That was cost me $4. I don't care that much. Getting a plushie IRL probably make you feel better than sitting here hoping that the price is going to be going up. For physicals, different levels inclusion based on. Well, I would agree with that. But as far as this is a good point. Let me put this up here. That's if the seller and the payment processing is going to accept crypto. If we can get that to fly, then yeah, you probably will, unless it's online sales or something. I agree with you. But the way that he was talking, the guy Luca, there's a lot in store from what it sounds like and his bullish sentiment behind it. So I don't know. You can hold on, you can buy back later, do whatever the fuck you want to. Just remember, Bitcoin and Solana don't look too hot right now. Is all I'm saying. There might be dude, come on their site, DTM. I'm not coming anywhere, dude. You're a little wild boy for saying that. But no, I don't really want to switch gears up. You're kind of distracting me on that one. I do want to get in that topic, but just not right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other tokens. We looked at Sativa. Paper's another one I want to put on your radar. I like the team behind it. I like the looks of this one. Price isn't the sexiest. It's not the most appealing. But I was airdropped. Well, not airdropped. I was given some from Trey to help out with some of the and I guess the team, whatever. I held a space. Nobody showed up, so I'm not gonna fucking waste my time. It's not my project. I haven't heard from anybody from them since that point, so it's just one of those things where I got to be honest with you guys. As much as I love everything, this is not something I want to sit through again. So I did sell and I took some profits because I was like, well, there will be another opportunity. There's always been other opportunities. It is what it is, guys. Like, I don't know. Show up and let's do more. Let's work together. Otherwise, like, think about it. Make it make sense to you. However, this is the art studio. They got some cool shit going on. It's up to them. It's the same thing. We're going to get into Gobi and talk a little bit about them. I'm not going to be hosting any more spaces for them. I did 3 in a row, and it just gradually got worse and worse and worse with the community showing up. I posted it in their Telegram. I was posting it everywhere I could. Hey, if people don't show up for their token and wonder why it's not doing great, well, the community needs to be louder on the timeline. If you don't get that, I don't know how I can make you understand it. But this does have an actual studio behind them. These are the guys from Art Plex or whatever it was. That was kind of like Mallow, kind of like Art Exchange, kind of like Drip, where art is auctioned off. Creators come in there. They support art. He has like bigger IRL incentives in his head as far as what he wants to do is like make goods, make posters, yada yada yada. I personally don't think all of that is going to catch on because it doesn't have enough like relevance in the real world. Like there's not a lot of people, like there's only 282 holders of this coin. It's very, very ambitious to think that way. But reality shows you this isn't digital currency isn't something that is easily transferred over to art that people want to go out and buy. Most of the artists in this space that find success, they're within communities that are pumping them and pumping them and pumping them. Artplex never took off, regardless of how good their art was. They are partnered with, I think, or the guys behind that team, they're partnered with other studios. They've had success outside of crypto. They might have success trading or buying crypto. However, that whole launchpad or marketplace, whatever it was, like I have some of the NFTs. I don't even know what the fuck they're doing anymore as far as that goes. So that's the story behind it. Yeah, people fail at things, but I'm just saying, you need to have a bigger presence online. You need to have people working together, and they have a little bit of that. I put it on your radar for a reason. I do like what they got going on, but this tells the story right here. I don't know how else you could see that. Being in the space long enough, seeing things, and like you start to understand that there's reasons certain things work. There's certain people pulling certain strings and pushing buttons to make sure they get what they want out of that. Then you're left with the rest. But I do like the art. I do like the little paper dude. I made a couple myself. I actually made one to kind of bring the paper and the Gobi community together. I don't know if they didn't like it or whatever the case was, but none of the motherfuckers showed up. That's for damn sure. So, hey, put it on your radar. Put it on your watch list, man. It's at 68,000 on the market cap. Anything under a milli is kind of subject or suspect, in my opinion. You got to be a little careful with these. You never know if they're going to get that first influx of hype and hysteria, especially with the course of the market kind of changing a little bit. You don't know if this will ever rebound. You can take a shot in the dark here, and that's as good as you're going to get. It's on one market. 282 wallets are holding it. There's only 68,000 on the market cap, so there's a lot of upside potential. Yeah, take that how you want to. I do want to see my friends win, but best of luck is all I could say. And hey, I want to see more. I want to see more activity. I want to see you guys show up. If you don't show up, how the fuck are we going to play the game? All right, let's take a look at ME, another down-only token for us. Bum, bum, bum. Very, very pathetic looking coin over here, but it's a little bit higher than Pengu at 2.7 billion. It's got 117,000 holders or wallets. There's 30 people watching it, 107 markets, which is kind of bullish, in my opinion. That's fucking pretty wild. But sad to say, yeah, this thing took a dump. And the disrespect for Magic Eden is through the fucking roof, man. Jesus Christ. But, hey, you get what you get the price that you deserve, right? Is that what we say for everybody in this space? You get the price you buy in for. You get what you deserve in this space. So, apparently, this is what everybody thought that ME deserved. A shit on these motherfuckers all the way down. Like, anybody that sold, good on you. Dumbasses like me that got stuck staking. At least mine's only for 30 fucking days and not 4 years. And because I also heard something where you have to stake and then also do the quest. Like, you have to hold it. I don't know how true this is, but this is kind of like what I was reading. You need to stake, and then you need to do all of the other shit, spend, buy, sell, whatever the fuck it is. You got to do all the things to get more of the rewards once it's staked. That's like tying your hands behind your back and asking you to do fucking go drive a car. It's like, what? Damn, dog. Like, I already fucking did what you wanted to. But again, that's kind of like the Bored Ape Solana Club. Stake this for a year. We'll give you nothing, but we'll also incentivize you to buy into other stuff that we create. I'm not playing that game. I'm sorry. I don't like it. But I'm staked for 30 days. I get this out January 9th. If I don't get anything extra, I'm going to be like, well, fuck, dude. Like, that's wasn't very clear to me because the when you look at your wallet, it says the APR or whatever is like 130% for 30 days. I was like, that's solid. I'll do that. I don't need to sell this right now. Now I look at it, it's like I should have fucking sold it and then played this game. I could have had a quarter of that and still staked it and be exactly where I'm at right the fuck now. But again, this is what I guess we decided Magic Eden deserved. Down only. The other thing, like I said, you got 107 markets over here. If this continues going like this, maybe some people are going to drop it off. Be like, we don't want this shit on our exchange until you show that you got volume, you got the stuff that we need here. That doesn't happen, guys. This is going to continue, probably just do a bonk. Now, the thing about that, if this does do a bonk and it just goes flat for a long time, that also turned into millions of dollars for the people that believed in the long-term vision of bonk. So keep that into consideration. I'm probably going to hold on to that larger amount as I get some water, like a dry, dusty motherfucker. If you could see this dog right now, this is kind of crazy. She's like, how does one even do this? Oh, another fucking coin that I want to talk about, that Ned coin. Wonder what's up with FUD. That thing has been literally doing the same shit. Down only. Dang. Yo, there's this girl. She got mad at me about something and showed me another girl. She's like, oh, she's more your style. Maybe you should hit her up. And she wasn't wrong, yo. She is so fucking good looking, bro. It is insane. Jesus Christ. There are some good looking girls in crypto. That's for damn sure. There are some dogs too. Some of y'all need to hit the fucking gym. I don't care about that. That's even you boys, you fellas. Seeing all of you guys in Miami, man, what the fuck are y'all doing with your lives, dude? Like, there is time out there to hit the gym and get into a routine and eat better. All of you motherfuckers. Dog. But hey, if you're comfortable, be comfortable. I'm probably a little bit more fluffy than I typically am because I'm trying to get to a higher weight, but either way. I mean, we'll see what happens, guys. This is like pretty fucking bottom. I don't know what else to tell you, but it could go lower. I mean, it's at 2.7 billion. I would hate to see this go lower, to be honest with you, but it could definitely go lower. I think at every point right here, somebody's posted, is this the bottom? Is this the bottom? Is this the bottom? The bottom is when it starts to go up. That'll tell you when it's the bottom because you found it. You found the shitty ass point and you came back up. But boom, let me get rid of this one and we'll take a look. I want to look at this coin just because I was talking to you guys about this one earlier. I saw this at fucking 7 cents and I was thinking, maybe I should throw a couple $100 onto this one. It probably is going to run. I didn't. But apparently, it could be complete fake and bullshit. This guy's like a 50-year-old TikToker that decided to launch a coin and it has some funny graphics and shit like that. It's got 36.5 thousand wallets holding this coin in there. It's at 189 million. It's still showing some strong support, better than anything that we've seen so far, except for Sativa. That's probably the only one, but the market caps are vastly, vastly, vastly different. Sativa's all the way down here. This thing's all the way the fuck up here. Sativa gets to this point, I'm going to be a happy fella. I'll tell you that much. But this right here is wild. I was looking at this literally right here, and I was like, man, I missed out on this one again, or another fucking coin, somewhere around this area. And I was like, I'm not top blasting this thing. Well, top blasting would have been the play. That would have been a very solid play. I would have cashed out as soon as I saw it in the 20-some range. Be like, yo, fuck this. I'll let a moonbag ride, but I'm taking the profits. But unfortunately, we didn't pull the trigger on this one. We had liquidity tied up in some other plays. We're hoping for the best with them. But this is coming down a little bit. It is showing higher lows, though. It's showing higher highs. It is changing that trend from this sell-off right here. So maybe this continues to run up. Maybe we go higher. Maybe this does, the 800 million mark and all that crazy fucking movement. Speculatively, maybe throw something in here. I don't know. I don't know what's going to go in the market. I'm not watching TikTok. I'm not staying up to this one. Maybe this sells all the way back off. I can't I can't begin to guess, but it's got good numbers. Looks good. Long term, probably not good. Short term, I think you missed that opportunity. But hey, maybe, like I said, maybe it does go all the way the fuck up here, and this is just the very beginning. Maybe it does a banana curve, and you hit that zone, and you fly to the fucking moon. But time's only going to tell you that. Well, and we'll see what happens at that point. But again, it's a coin I watched. I kind of considered it, and I was like, you know what? Let me hold off on that one. But drones seems like an easy play. Basically, anything going and being talked about on any platform or news agency that gets virality, somebody's making a ticker or several tickers being made. You got to figure out which one's going to fly. That's the gamble. That's That's the thing we do here. We are all pulling up to a online casino with a chat room. That's basically what Twitter is. So this is appealing here. This is significantly more appealing. Because the drones aren't gone. Nobody knows what the fuck is truly going on. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of points of support and resistance. It's down 10% in the last 30 minutes, but it's up 163% on the day. Huh. That's interesting. I'm going to keep my eye on this one. Group success. I don't know what the fuck is that. I never made a group success watch list. It's retarded. All right. So, yeah, this has 6.73 on the market cap, 10.79 thousand holders on here, 13 markets, 689,000 for liquidity. Damn, this does look, I mean, it just kind of looks flat. You have this here, you have your run up, blah, blah, blah. But like overall, where majority of the people are probably holding their bags, this looks pretty flat. This looks like people want to send this to a penny. Did it ever hit a penny? Just barely. It hasn't stayed there. I think that's what people are going to be looking for, man. This thing to get to at least 1 cent and higher, because that's going to take it to 10 million, I would imagine, right? Yeah, it looks like about right. So this thing gets to 10 million. But we've seen these coins go up. I might actually deploy a little liquidity into this at this point, just a little splash, just because. Yo, Fud Stud is the man. If you're watching this, Fud Stud, I fucking appreciate you, homie. He's one of the new friends I made IRL. I didn't know him on the timeline. I met him in person and got to kind of, learn a little bit more about him, talk to him and his brother-in-law. And, dude, they were probably some of the, most laid back in the entire weekend, just having a good vibe, drinking some whiskey with them with a splash of Coke, doubled. That was a good time. That's my flavor, laid back. If we had better music, unfortunately, you couldn't have music played at the Villa, which was, depressing as fuck. But no, Fud Stud is the man. Shout out to the homie. Definitely appreciate you having you around as one of the boys. But again, like I said, this doesn't look bad. Maybe wait till it comes back here. But this looks kind of bullish in my opinion. I mean, let me just put my money where my mouth is real quick. I'm not going to be one of those guys that talk shit and doesn't fucking follow up with it. See, the thing is, everything's down, so I don't know what I want to fucking pull liquidity out of and swap it for this. I don't want to add anything. My gut tells me to make this move. Skynet, is this the Skynet one? No. New Jersey drones. Mysterious drones over New York. New Jersey UAP drones. They're, look at all of these dumbass fucking things, man. That's funny. I gotta go to deck screener, pull up drones. If you guys want to G your bags now, feel free, and I'll buy them specifically here. This got to be it. Let me double check the CA and do a little swappy swap. Paste. Allow. Is it 95WZ? That's me. So this is the Skynet, and it says drones underneath it. Puppy. Relax, baby. I think she wants to go for one of those outside things. When I say outside, she doesn't get excited, but when I say the other word, she knows what time it is. All right. let's just go ahead and swap all of this over for that, and we'll see what happens in the next day or two. Dun, dun, dun. All right, swapped. It's not a lot. It's only my first strike on this one. I stick to my rules. Like I've fucked up a lot of those just trying to ape into shit, and man, that typically never works out great for me. Other people have better luck with that, but hey. So Skynet drones. This is as close to top blasting where I feel comfortable, but I just like the looks of the chart right now. And I could see, potential of the drones not going away. And maybe this runs up to, 20, 30, 50 million. That'd be great. That takes it up to, look over here. So if this is at 6.7, 6.8 market cap, billion coins, right? And then you got this right here. So the price for it to get where we want it, 20, that's going to be all the way up here. And now look at this chart again. Doesn't it look a little bit more appealing at this point? A little bullishness going on here. It's kind of flat, kind of questionable, kind of not sure if you want to fucking get into it or not. But when you zoom out and you start to look at, like, does this go to 3 cents? What's it going to take? What's it look like when it goes to 3 cents? It's going to be like a ziggity-zaggity type situation. I could be completely fucking, I could do this. It could be that move. But drones are in the sky, so maybe it does that. I don't think, oh, let me get rid of that one. That one sucks. I don't think it does this. I think it does that, personally. Dun, dun, dun. So we'll see. I'll just leave that one up there and see what happens. This one or that one. And maybe that one. But I'm curious of what's going on with the drones, if it's just people fucking around or if it's legit, like fucking the government's lost a nuke or we're being completely spied on. Who fucking knows? Like, the Terminator's coming. I don't know. But I'm here for it. I'm here to find out, I guess. It's the best thing you could say there. So, all right. So there's that. That's drones. We'll see what happens with that. I kind of want to look at some older tokens. When I say older, some like established, solid communities. Like start with Ponky. Ponky's one of my favorite coins. I like the people in there. I like the token. I like everything about that one. It's got a lot of derivatives. It's been taking a little bit of a pullback, and if it goes where I want it, man, I'm going heavy onto this fucker, just because this has like the most social media presence. Damn, we've been on here for a fucking hour already. I'm wrapping this shit up soon. Sorry, guys. I got some content I want to record, and then we'll get back to it. I might do a video on all of these coins, just kind of keep it together. Meme coin video for YouTube. So 191 million on the market cap. Damn, I didn't realize it got down this fucking low. That's an interesting, because it's been going on for a while. It was like, I think, what, 60 cents or something like that it came from? Yeah, just about right over here, 60 something, the new all-time high. That's a 60 cents. Yeah. Let me switch it up to the 2 hour. Fucking retarded ass chart. Fix yourself. Okay. So, all right, guys. I've been doing live streams this whole entire year, all the way back since February. So we've been covering this one all the way back here where this came out. March, February. Very boring. I didn't get into it. I missed this one, and I said if it comes back down to this 20-some cents, whatever it was, and then we had this crash over here down to 20 cents. That's when I was able to start piecing at it, and then I was picking it up along the way, and you can see what we had here. This thing went all the way up to 80-some cents. That's what it was, 80, and then 60 is where it died off. We had that dip. It almost came back up to reclaim, but here's the rest of the story. Just pretty much like everything else. It's been down only since this point. What day was that? December 12th. So let's just keep that date in mind, December 12th, for the rest of the coins that we're going to look at, because you might see a correlation across the board with that. So 191 on the market cap. You have 77.49 thousand wallets. You got 39 markets listing this. All that's great news. the main thing I think is really bullish is the fact that their socials and their presence on all the different platforms is by far one of the best. A good name, good picture, good everything. Got the Matt Fury, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't really matter past that unless you're really, really into this for the long haul. Then you can start paying attention to those things. But it's got what you need to, and we'll see how this thing plays out. Right now, not gonna lie to you, sold some of my bag off here when it started doing this shit. I was like, nah, dude. I ran this thing all the way the fuck up here. I am not going home with another round trip. I'm not cool with that. I got a little moon bag. It's down. That's where we throw that capital back into it when we're comfortable. We got to see what happens here, or see what happens. This right here is something I would love it to see go down to 20 cents. I know that not everybody else wants to, but for me specifically, if we are going to continue this market, I don't mind grabbing bags now. Like, this shit's going to help for what I'm focused on. One of the biggest goals I have for this market is to turn this into a house. That's been why I pull some liquidity out, why I don't sit there and play the gamble. Like, when I know I've won the play, when I've hit my marks, I pull the liquidity. Will it continue to run? Sure. Is there something that might want to pull me out of? Yeah. So, for instance, we'll take a look at Fwog real quick. I love Fwog. It's a great looking meme. It's a good name. It's funny. It's cute. Whatever. People like it that I show that don't have any idea what crypto is. The artist is a douchebag. You know, I asked him about making some art, working together, whatever, maybe getting a PFP, and he sent me this like goofy ass looking thing. So he took time out of his day to be a dickhead. So I was like, ah, dude's a faggot. Whatever. No, I personally don't care about anybody's opinion there. Like, I would not treat somebody like that, especially when I'm in a position where I'm going to have to be kind of like seen again. But this thing was all the way the fuck up here. And I got into this like 16K, something like that, some ridiculously low number. And I was bull posting about it. And I was like, I'm just a Fwog. Fwog is my dog. I had a Bodogo at the time. And I was like, this is great. I put it into a frog costume. That's when I realized that there was an artist doing some cool shit. And that's where he was a douchebag. But yeah, I bought in like all the way down here, like really, really fucking early. And then I sold off, was this like 30 cents or something like that? Yeah, right around this area. I was selling my bag off here. And then I was able to catch some of this for the ride up there. It wasn't a huge bag. I was able to get some. But right around here is when the dude was being a fucking cockle. Like, I was like, I'm not fucking with this. I don't care. You know, I'm not gonna be mad for him to come up on there. I still had some of this average, so I let that continue to run up there. Took my profits when it got, you know, up here, and everybody was really, really bullish on it. I was like, that's the top for me. Like, I know what happens when everybody's talking about this, and you start fucking around with the PFPs, and you know, you start doing these little $130,000 like. There was PFPs being sold for what, $130,000 or some shit like that for these stupid ass Fwogs where I copied it and I was like, look, we got the same thing, and I didn't spend $130,000, and no one's ever gonna buy that from you, ever. Like, there's, I guess it's that sentimental for some people that they want to spend that much and flex, but I think most people will look at you like an idiot at that point because it seems pretty stupid. And everybody that was like, don't you wish you held on to here? No, because now it's back where I want it to be, fucker. Like, I'm happy here. This is great. This is good news. It also could be bad news. It could be the end of days. It could be the overwhelming downside for everything. But still, it's not a bad entry right here, considering where it went, where it has a possibility to go back. The way I look at these is when you start to make these all-time highs and you still have tank left in the gas left in the tank, these typically break all-time highs with the next pump, with the next cycle. But again, this is just a meme coin with some cool art and not the coolest artist. Maybe it's cool to you guys, but overall, you can kind of see the sentiment here. People don't care that much if they're willing to sell it off. If people cared that much, this would be higher. Bottom line, it doesn't take a fucking rocket science to figure that out. Treat your people good. Hopefully they stick around. But look at Magic Eden. Without Magic Eden, 90% of us wouldn't be here. And look what we did to that one. This is like, I mean, that's the most disrespectful thing we did to a coin, let alone Pengu. Ethereum motherfuckers launched the Solana token, and we were like, yeah, send it to zero. I don't know what we do this shit for, but that's what we do. But I don't know. The whole art aspect with these tokens is great. Let's go ahead and take a look at Gabi. Again, this is one where I took the initiative to start hosting community spaces. The first one was a nice response, nice amount of people showed up. Second one, very dismal. The third one, like the space rugged on me. Twitter wasn't working that well. It took like 2 or 3 spaces to get it running. But then nobody showed up from the community. I went in there and people were like, "Why? What's going on with this space? Why are you hosting it?" Well, I'm not anymore. And best of luck getting some more exposure to all the artists in here working diligently. You know, you can swear to God that this thing's going to do certain things, but if nobody knows what's going on, all they see is people posting all of these artists, bro. They don't give a shit. You don't have the activity, people don't care. It's pretty fucking simple. Like, this is lower than that when that dude fucking rugged you guys. Like, this right here is the Rip Rafa pattern, and it ran all the way up here. I sold some of my bag up here because I was like, damn, this really went fucking ballistic here. Started averaging. I sold the bag. I ain't gonna lie. I took all the profits here. And then I was like, you know what? I fuck with these guys. I fuck with what's going on here. I see that they're organizing. Held a couple spaces. People stopped showing up. So that's one right here. On the 8th, that was like the second one probably. And I think the first one was, is that the first here? Yeah. So this is where I held the first one. Second one, and we can see what's going on with the price and, you know, the lack there of spaces. If they want to hold them, very cool. Probably not going to waste my time to go in there. Working for your bag is one thing, but trying to support a community and they're not giving it back, I'm going to let you guys do the dirty work at this point. You did it one time. Let's see if you can run it back again. I love the idea of the artist. I love the idea of what they're doing there. I don't like the idea of the community not supporting people that I like. It's my time. Technically, you know, time is money. I'm not getting shit for it, and there's people that get paid thousands to put these spaces together. So, hey, make your bed, lay in it, motherfuckers. Like that. That's as simple as that. So I left all the, you know, the socials and stuff like that. I just don't care when it comes down to that. I'm probably one of the best supporters and loyal people on your team, but you're giving me reasons where you're not showing up. Best of luck. I'm not the catalyst that's going to send anything. I'm just not going to shut up about it and be like, yeah, I don't know about that, guys. Like there was the Fungi and NFT on Say. The guys were like, why would you say we're dead? I was like, bitch, you don't fucking respond for a week and you barely have any activity on your socials. What do you want me to say? That you're the most lively cat in the fucking bunch? Hell no. I'm going to tell my friends, do not buy into this. I bought because it was the art. If they're more active and have more than raffles and the fucking little games that they have that we saw and sold that don't work and don't have any sustainability, no, I don't want my friends buying that stupid ass shit. Like, point blank period. I want to protect my friends, get them into stuff like fuckers. I would tell my friends, you know, buying a fucker is probably a good choice. So they gave me one, just onboarded me, helped me get into Say. That's pretty much it. I went to the game, and when he announced who played in the game, he said 2 black guys and forgot to mention that I was in there. And yeah, well, it's very, very evident if you weren't in the game, there was 2 black guys and you needed 3 people to play, how'd you suddenly forget? There's other things he said that did not, you know, come through with, but that's between him and God. I don't have any qualms with that. But again, I will tell, you know, homies, like, what projects probably get into fuckers. Those guys are live, they show up, they have a good time, they have spaces, they don't show up to spaces, they don't, you know, reciprocate on that end. That's just evident. But they are active. You can get in spaces with them and partake with what they're doing. It's just it doesn't go both ways with that, which is cool. But I mean, it's only a small, you know, support segment or whatever. It's only a small sample to show you that, but show me different. But anyway, you see what's going on with this. Things are dying down. The art's, you know, very tight, but until they make more of a social presence, you're not going to really see much happening with these. It's just the way it goes. The shit that people don't see, hear about, isn't out there on the timeline, putting their own community spaces, the shilling spaces. Most people go into them. They don't really care about your coin. They're there for the person hosting the space. Most times they're really not there to support all these random coins. Most people are cool. Like, I was listening to them with Chris the other day. There's none of the coins I heard I bought, none of them. I guarantee you, if I pulled them up on these charts, did some fucking astronomical shit, they're looking for people to buy and they're looking to accumulate. You want the best coin, in my opinion, to get in with an active community and a growing foundation, it's Sativa. That's legit. Point blank period. The people that are in that chat alone, like they've been in this space. They want to continue to, prosper in this space. That's my literally, if you want, what coin would you buy right now? And no questions asked, probably Sativa. Probably that one. But I can speak on it. I can say, yo, the dude shows up. He's willing to talk. He's supportive. He comes into, my spaces and helps co-host. I don't know how else to explain that to somebody. That's a laydown. Let's go take a look at WIF, and I think we're going to shut this thing down after this. We got like 4 minutes until it's an hour and a half. 88 of you in here. I appreciate all your support coming in and hanging out, listening to me bullshit and ramble on about price action and this market. Yeah, it's not looking hot. Did I even click on anything? Because it's not moving. No. So we'll go take a look at Bonk. I think somebody said solid was a coin to look at. So what I'm looking for here is the market doing, the nice stuff, the lower lows, the pattern of the sell-off kind of correlates with Solana. It's going to correlate with the bigger tokens that have larger market caps, just like we see with everything else. This is going to be your telltale sign, like how the markets look. Well, look at the big ones. Look at, what's been around. How are they doing? Not too hot. But I do want to show you, I was talking about earlier, the whole bonk effect. So if you were to get into this coin all the way back when you got the airdrop and you held on to it and didn't do anything, it was just slow. I mean, that's not even the one I wanted. Let's see if we can get that. Where are we? Custom range. I want forever. What the fuck is this? I really don't like the new setup with Man or fucking Bird Eye, but apparently they might be having a token too, or an airdrop or something like that. So sign up, do the stuff you need to do. But who knows? This is a pretty interesting chart there. 1 month, 7 days. Okay. This makes more sense to me. Yeah, this shit, dude, like, you're seeing this with your bigger meme coins, we're probably not headed in a good direction or where you guys want to go. So this is what I was talking about before, where you had this airdrop. It was just fucking dead fucking bear market, nothing going on here, and millionaires were made overnight. Well, not overnight, month by month, but you get the idea. Like, look at this shit, dude. From here, all these airdrops, a little of excitement right out. This is Christmas in 2021 or 2022. And then we had a little of excitement in the beginning of the year, and then bloop, nothing. People were, the one person I will tell you this, and I swear on this one, the dude, I'm so Chris, he was the only person I heard just preaching, you should hold your bonk. You should buy more bonk. You should hold your bonk. You should buy more bonk. The motherfucker was right, because you look back here in January, fast forward, 10 months later, same exact fucking day, this thing started ripping. And it continued to rip, and it continued to rip, and it continued to go. And then it made even higher highs. And if you held on to that, it made even higher highs. And if you held on to that, it made even higher highs. You could have been selling quarter here, quarter there, quarter there, quarter there from the very, very beginning. So think about your Magic Eden that way. Am I guaranteeing that this is what plays out? Fuck no. But what I can tell you is that there's 262 markets here. There's a reason that Bonk did what it did. It's one of the OGs. It's a very core fundamental meme coin on Solana. It's like the first top dog meme coin on Solana. Magic Eden, I believe, has the capability to do very similar things, being the biggest NFT marketplace and exchange, whatever. I know OpenSea is there. I'm not paying attention to that. I'm talking about this one right here, what I'm seeing with trends and stuff like that. So if you've got the cojones to hold this all the way to zero and to add to your bag, this could be the outcome for something like Magic Eden. It's very speculative. It's very, you can call it a gamble if you want to, but you got to mitigate your risk so it doesn't become as much of a gamble. Knowing when to take profit, knowing when to pull a little bit off the side. If it was an airdrop, everything essentially should be considered as profit. There should be no bad days on, selling an airdrop and taking some of that bread home, improving the quality of your life. That's the main thing that we need to focus on, is like, this shit isn't supposed to make you the most greediest, rich fucking son of a bitch in the world. You should really be improving the quality of your life and the people around you, not just, I don't know, I'm gonna leave it at that. There's some shit I could say, but anyway. We're at 194, guys, $2 lower than where we started at. I'm telling you, it doesn't look good. Simple as that. It's going to be in the 180s before you fucking know it. So stabling some of this up, like I said, might not be the bad move right now. Like, it's not looking too fucking bullish right now. So stabling up wouldn't be a bad idea. You don't know how low this thing is going to go. You don't know where we're headed. But lower lows are going to be a bad thing. If this does not jump up here, you're headed back down for some more downside. Will it recover? Will it change course by New Year's? I don't fucking know. I do not know. But I can tell you that last Christmas and the one before that, there wasn't a lot of excitement going on. I mean, that's a pretty standard when it comes to crypto. People are taking profits, that they're harvesting tax loss, that they're padding their books. They're doing, when everybody says the rich don't pay taxes, well, there's things they do to avoid paying taxes by, selling for a loss. Now you can write some shit off. Now you can cover it and maybe have a business. Like there's so many things you can do. If you're not educated, you're one of those idiots out here fucking telling people, oh no, it's doing this. Well, you probably don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't really know exactly what I'm talking about, but I do enough reading and research to have an idea. But bros, look at this shit. Like, don't fool yourselves and look at what you see here. Lower highs all the way through. Lower lows all the way the fuck through. This is not bullish at all by any standard. Because it's in the 200s, that's great. There's more people, there's more liquidity. Bitcoin's at 100 some fucking $1,000 or 90, whatever, 97. This right here is not showing you any bullish trends. This going up here would have been bullish. This going up there would have been bullish. But they're going lower and lower and lower and lower to where we're at right now. Like, we went from 230. What day was that? I can't tell right here. That's the 14th right here. Yeah, about the 14th, 17th. I can't see. But you're right here at the breakout point. It wants to be in the 180s. You get to the 180s, guys, like, you got to look at, this is the only thing keeping you afloat would be the 190 range right here. There's some other points back here, historical, like, support. If we go all the way back and look at what things look like back in 2020 something, 23, where there's two spikes there, let's go just take a look at historical reference for price points. Again, these are the kind of things that people look at. It's not that you can time the market. You can just kind of look at it and say, well, if everybody's looking at this and saying, well, it held here, it was good here, it might catch here. Everybody's like kind of thinking the same way, and they're hoping the energy is going to keep these things there because they might be holding for that, that hope. But again, don't be surprised for 140 to 160 or 180 to 140, anywhere in between there, this channel. Don't be surprised if it does get there. Don't got to sell your bags if you can bought them all the way back here. That'd be kind of silly. Or it'd be kind of stupid because you don't know where it's going to go. I don't know. It's your money. Talk to your financial advisor. Send me your money. I'll do the best I can with it. I can't guarantee I'm going to send it back because I'm not a financial advisor. But just, I don't know. I'd hate to see people get wrecked. And like I said, there's people saying that this is like a quarter, three quarters, or no, a quarter or the third inning or halfway through. Man, just look at the numbers and respect what it's showing you here and play it as it's like golf, man. You got to play the ball as it lies. Same thing here. You got to play what you got. Lower lows, lower highs, downtrend. Where are we going to find support? Where are we going to go sideways? Or are we just going to continue to take a little bit of a dip? Yeah, sure, it's bouncing within a dollar. I'm not too excited about that, personally. You got a lot of work to do to get back up here right now, guys. Like, look at the red. These are nice Christmas colors, but it's not Christmas fucking price points. You better give those gifts back and go get your profits back. Tell them it's going to be a rough one. Like, even here, lower, lows all the way through. Just so I don't know. We'll see how things. Actually, let's take a look at Jupe and then we'll wrap it up. Jupe's a good coin. This one's another example. If you've got the cojones and the ability to hold, by all means, fucking hold on to this thing. We're up a little bit on the Skynet play already. That's not bad. I think we're up like fucking, I don't know, 20% or something. All right, so Jupe had a really shitty launch as well. Everybody fucking sold this thing and gave it no respect. And it was the middle of the summer where things were just crawling. It was really boring, kind of painful to be in, to be honest with you. Right here. No, I guess it wasn't summer. It was like spring. So this ran up here. I sold initially, and then I bought back in, and I was chilling, and then it went up here, and I sold for profits, and I was like, all right, I'm out. See, I think it was like 80-some cents, 90-some cents. Yeah, right about here is where I sold mine. So I didn't get any of this play. I really didn't care because at that point I was just moving into plays like Kobe. You know what? Let's go take a look at Kobe. Kobe is your best friend. Kobe's a good coin, but there's some things about it that I didn't like, and that's why I exited when I exited. Also had some friends and family members that played this coin, and I gave them a message. I was like, look, something happened that's not fundamental. It's a catalyst that is just not one you want to invest in. Somebody liking somebody else and somebody changing a PFP, that's not sustainable. Okay. So I explained this a couple times, and if you take this as fun, cool. Don't care. This is literally breaking down technically what happened, what you see here, and what I kind of was explaining to people that were saying, no, this is going to turn around and continue to run. I don't fucking think so because it doesn't have enough of that built yet. So it has a great team, great core, great people, the people that are fucking with the token. Like I was in their little discords and whatever, or the Telegram. They love the token. They're diehard. They're going to eat, live, and breathe this token. There's not one thing you can say negatively and probably in most of their eyes about this token other than this is the most manipulated shit I've ever seen with a token, and it should have been an alarming sign that maybe this isn't the best play. So Ansem likes the girl Storm and got her, I'm assuming, by just their antics and the way that they talk online. I don't know them personally like that or what the fuck they're into, but Ansem asked Storm to change her PFP to a dog with hat. She put a tiny little dog with hat into her PFP. Ansem deployed a shit ton of liquidity and shilled the fuck out of this coin. So if you go into X and you type in Ansem space Kobe, exactly like this, you will see all of these tweets correlating with these exact, I think it's October 3rd specifically. Yeah. So October 3rd, go look at the tweets, go look at the manipulation on there. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean it as in somebody with a lot of fucking money and a reason to deploy it in here because some girl put her PFP is literally all it took. Ran this motherfucker up. People like, all right, so if Ansem jumped in here and this happened here, who do you think did this? Who do you think took profits on here? Anybody that has been painstakingly trying to see this thing succeed from this long sell-off here, like I was buying and selling and shit all the way through this one, even through here, watching the growing pains. But this was flat as fuck. This wasn't going anywhere, and it even went all the way down here, and then till October 3rd happened. Go look at the tweets. Go look at the names. Go look at the post. It's not the same anymore. And why is that? Well, it's not fun. Who cares? It's boring. They did their thing. She PFP'd it. He deployed liquidity. It did its thing. Look at this point right here. Look at this point right here. Let's look at this crosshair and take a look back here. All the way through this coin, nothing showed this kind of activity. Nothing at all. There's nothing, no catalyst, no fundamental things going on. None of the PFPs, none of the original art, none of the guys that took my idea and did the graffiti thing and sprayed it up there. Nothing worked. Nothing. Not even bringing the plushies to Singapore, or wherever the fuck they went out there overseas, not bringing them to Miami. It's not working. Those aren't things that make cryptocurrency run. That's why you don't see plushies of fucking Bitcoin. Plushies of Pengu or Pudgy Penguins, that's a little bit of a different story. That's a meme coin that's been around with a huge community with a lot of reason to, prosper. But they didn't have this. My theory personally is this would have been better off to let more people accumulate in these ranges before it made this drastic run up here from such a down situation. Since then, it's been not great because you hit an all-time high, came right back down. You got a W. Didn't even break all-time high, sold all the way the fuck off. Made a little spurt. People that were excited about this are gone. They're here now. They've moved on. So I'm just saying, you start to notice things. You start to see things in the timeline. You can tell me I'm wrong, but go look at October 3rd and go look at this. I don't know if those people are willing to show and divulge their wallets and tell you exactly what or when or how. I don't care enough to look through the blockchain. Personally, I can just look at this and say, all right, somebody went crazy right here and casually took their profits. Right? Am I wrong? Like, it's the same amount of liquidity over time. You're right back where you started. You better find some rich guy that likes a cute girl in your group and get that PFP swapped out. Because I don't see anything else that was pumping it like this. And I like the coin. I like the team. I like the guy, Rick, Josh, everybody. I like them. They're cool people. They take this as FUD. I don't give a shit. FUD should have been seeing Ansem ask a girl to PFP and not even use WIF or not even use fucking Kobe in the PFP. It was WIF. That was crazy to me. But that's what it took to make this thing run. So I told Madukes, I was like, yo, I don't know how long this thing's going to last. Take your fucking profits. So she hit like a 3X somewhere around here. She literally bought like right here, dude. Like, it was wild. And, I told her, I was like, take the profit. Told the rest of the group, I was like, look, guys, this is the easiest play. Use Moonshot, take your profits. And they're like, are we buying back in? I was like, fuck no. Like, unless it goes back to here, there's a potential that you might want to get back into it. But I cannot guarantee that this is sustainable over a long term. That's just, from my experience, that doesn't work. It never has, never will. It's kind of like a celebrity pops in and pops out kind of thing. It looks the same. However, with that being said, don't let me scare you away from this coin because it does have the fundamentals. It has the people. It has the opportunity to do this naturally. Having somebody influence it like this is bad for a token. I don't believe that this is the best play. But he went in and he did his thing. He kept his word. She did her thing. That's great. We made some money. But it's not sustainable. And when you see things come all the way back down here and you can say, well, what happened here? Well, a guy has to go to change a PFP. And here we go. That's facts. And FUD if you want. I'm not considering it FUD. I'm just saying, why? What happened? Like, when everybody does that little, chat GPT, here's what happened. Well, here's what happened. Somebody should make a thread about it, honestly. But no, again, it's a cute little fucking animal. Nobody really knows what it is. Some people call it teddy bear. Some people call it this other fucking animal from, I think, Australia. But overall, the guys that are behind this coin could absolutely send this thing the right way. This, in my opinion, isn't the right way to see any coin make this move unless you're in and out and you're trying to take that profit. And that's smart. That's the Chad play. That's the go to get in and get out. I don't got to fuck around and play this game anymore because, like, look at the lows here. And I could only imagine this does a very similar thing, maybe even go lower with the market the way it is. If Ansem cared about the coin, this is a great opportunity to put that liquidity back in. So that's what I mean by that. Do you want somebody that's here for the long term or do you want somebody that's here for the, flash in the pan? I want somebody that's going to be here long term, like the homies that are in the fucking Telegram that were hanging out doing this shit, building this thing out, making the friendships, making the networking, making the trips overseas. Like, even though I say that's not what's going to send it, it helps build to that next point of, like, it's an established fucking coin on Solana. This is Kobe. It's your best friend, and they won't stop until they're everybody's best friend, right? So take extreme caution. Pay attention to the timeline. When you see shit like this, you start to wonder what's going on. Ask questions. Go in there and be like, what's up? And if it's just as simple as a girl changed her PFP and some dude liked it and bought a shit ton of this bag, expect this. He owes nobody anything. He's got his own life and millions to make. So that's, I think, where we're going to stop it at. We got some other OG coins and some legitimate shit to take a look at as well, but I think we'll save it because I do want to take a little bit of a break, and I am going to record a little bit. Maybe I'll just go through these tokens right here. Maybe I'll just do a video with all of these ones once this comes back up. Kobe, Gobi, Fog, Ponky, Sativa drones, all of that kind of good stuff. I'm going to drones once more just because I'm curious. I do like where that one's at. And I just like the news going on about it. That's all it took. Yeah, it's still going up. We're up. I think it's 2 million on the market cap for that one. Yeah, dude, that was solid. That was a solid fucking buy. I like that. Because look at what you got going on here. Higher lows, starting to make higher highs. This looks like it wants to make a higher high. It could go back down from here, guys. It could 100%, make that move. But like I said, when I zoomed out, the way I saw this chart and where I would think it might want to go, 6 million, 8 million ain't enough. 10, 20, that's where you want to see this thing go to. This looks very bullish. I might even deploy more before we get there. Or I'll just let this fucking ride. Let her ride, bro. Sativa, drones, Pudgy. We'll cover all of them. A couple coins in here that I want to shout out just because they're my homies. Unison, that's from the Vibe Tribe. If you stake your fucking set of this dude, you get this weird drip thing or like reward thing. I don't know how to explain it. I had to have fucking Swiss walk me through it, but they've got a lot going on. They got an IRL location. I would love to fucking go down and do some podcasts. I guess I'm not going to be doing them with Trey. I haven't heard from him in like a week. I don't know what happened. Dude fucking is around, and then like I can't get a hold of him, and he makes all these plans to do things, and I'm like, all right, tight, let's build it. Let's do this. And then here we go. Back to square one. I guess he's sick. I don't know. But hopefully he's not dead. But yeah, guys, look at this coin here, man. Like, it's more drones out there. All you need is the next news article to come out and lets this thing fucking fly. It could go to 0-2. I'm not saying that this is going to be a winner. It just looks kind of bullish where it keeps bouncing with higher high or higher lows. Those are the kind of things you want to see. Could it come all the way back down here? Yeah, 100%. But we're sitting with 10,000 holders, 8.3 on the market cap right now. 6 markets or 6 watchers. I'll watch it. Does this change when I do it? No, it doesn't. 14 markets. So, no, I don't want to do that. I don't know why I clicked that button. We'll see what happens. Maybe people are dumping on it right now because they hear me talking about it. But like I said, only use strike prices when you're getting into these coins. Don't ape into this shit because if it comes all the way down here, you're going to be pissed that you put your whole fucking stack in there. You need to save some clips for those kind of events. And do your own research, man. Like that's the best thing I can tell you. But this space or this stream was because yesterday I just kind of was doing way too much shit. Couldn't keep up with the schedule. Wasn't really kind of feeling it. And yeah, I'm glad I got on here to share some of the insight from the day, what's been going on, what I've seen. These are my opinions. I'm entitled to them. If anybody gets upset about them, that's fine. I don't care. The shit that you probably do I don't like. I ain't going to make a big fuss about it. But I'm not making the shit up that I said here. These are all facts. It's not like I have any ill will towards many people. It's just you see shit after a certain while, you got to talk about it. I mean, sitting by, watching things go by, acting like it's all peachy clean, man, you're leading people in the wrong direction, and that's not what I've been here about. I've been here to kind of clear the air when it comes to certain things and let people know, like, hey, not everybody here is your friend, especially your founders. Your founders don't give 2 shits about you for the most part, unless you're holding, unless you're supporting, unless you're showing up. But even when you go to IRL events, some of these people are extremely entitled. Yeah, I'm speaking on firsthand experience. Like, there's people that I've been supporting this entire journey, and I stopped and said, what's up? I tried to shoot the shit and talk to him, and it was like, all right, I can see, bye. And then watch him go sit down and do nothing. I was like, oh, you were that busy you couldn't entertain anything for a second. That's just it happens a lot. You're going to see this over and over and over again. When you go to these events, you want to look for the networking with the people. Like, the good thing about the Say one was the people that didn't get into the events were the people that you actually wanted to talk to. The people that you got to meet up with outside of all this stuff, those are the homies that were, you know, that you wanted to network and do that kind of stuff with. So yeah, overall, man, I think we're in a good spot. There are going to be these situations. There's going to be a lot of people that don't want to talk about them or bring them up or don't want to offend anybody. But man, like, if they're not making you feel good, then don't sit back and let take their shit. Like, talk your shit, pimping. No, nobody's out here. Like, look, the best they got are influencer fighters that are doing self-defense and training for the first time. If you've been in a street fight, you probably have an equal chance to kick somebody's ass if it came down to it. So take it easy, you know what I'm saying? But all right, we're wrapping this thing up, guys. I got some shit I want to do. And again, I'm going to be dropping a video later. Looking forward to that. I was going to go out and paint, but bro, it is literally fucking 30-some degrees outside, 39 degrees out here. Nah, I'm not going outside. So I might either finish the canvas, go upstairs, paint the fish, because I got some little touch-ups up there. And I got to work on the first wave of this collection. It's going to be 250 pieces. We're looking to, when I say we, there's about 4 other artists, possibly all doing one-of-ones, dividing this up amongst ourselves. First launch is going to probably be on Say, through a launch pad, and haven't talked, decided it's, you know, anything about that. Damn, I really like these better. The next one's going to be on Solana, so it's going to be a Soul Say, 500 and 500, 250, 250, 250 each quarter, releasing everything. My hope is to make every one of them an IRL event, so the people that show up to the IRL event are going to have exclusive access for their mints. They're going to get, if we can do it, things that they could purchase with their specific things on there. If everything goes right and we do this, there will be Steve Styles, the tattoo artist, and maybe an apprentice or 2 of his, or maybe some guest artists from around the area, or somebody that flies in to tattoo. It doesn't have to be NFT shit. You can have your own tattoo, and we can network. I'm going to get him on a space or a stream or something, so you guys can get to meet Steve and see what's going on. This motherfucker has some Phantom wallets from 2021, and I hit him up today. I was like, bro, you got some bread on your fucking wallets, dude. I hope you have your recovery phrase and all that. He was like, my accountant's got it all. I think we're good to go. I was like, let me get access to that so I can help you out, and we'll go from there. But Steve's been one of my best friends since fucking high school, dude. I've known this guy for a long fucking time, like 20 years or so at the very least. But I've only had 3 tattoo artists tattoo me, and he's the one that did my back, mostly everything that you see on me, both sides of my neck, everything. His apprentice did in my face, and one of the ones on my back. But again, it'll be a good event, man. Crypto, Philadelphia, tattoos, artwork, a good time, because there's bars around the corner. Like I said, there's a strip club on the other side. There's a hotel, there's condos, there's places that you probably can rent for Airbnbs. It's not going to be like Miami where you got to be on this side, this side, this side. I'm trying to put it at a central location with a central hotel with a 1 bar for the first night. Second night's going to be, you know, the meet and greet at the actual tattoo shop. With a workshop, so people that are brand new, they can come up, bring their phones, and I can help you through the entire process. Hopefully we get more people on board that would like to, you know, considerably help with that. Maybe some of the artists or other people in the space that know how to fucking talk to people, because not everybody knows how to talk to people. But I really want to help out with that. My barbershop, they're all interested in this, because I've been telling them back at $20,000 Bitcoin, I was like, guys, buy Bitcoin right now. This shit is going to the fucking moon. Like, all year long, getting haircuts every other week. These guys hear me talking about crypto. The very last time I went and sat down with them, they're sitting there picking my brain, like, what's up with Doge? What's up with this? So I was like, look, you got alt season. We got to see how the market goes. We got to see how the end of the year plays out. We got to see how this election goes. We got to see if we go to World War III. Now we got fucking drones all over the place. Like, who fucking knows, dude? But he was saying it's 40 cents a good buy-in for Dogecoin. I was like, it depends on how much money you're willing to put into that play. Like, if you're going to put $1,500 in there, maybe throw $300 in there right now, wait a week, see what happens, throw another 100, 200, break it up into buys so you're not putting everything. And he's like, oh, okay, what do I buy it on? So those are the kind of things I want these people coming to this event as well, so they get to meet you guys. Let's say maybe you have a project, you got stickers, you got merch, you're trying to get people involved, you want mass adoption. So Q1, we do this in Philly. Maybe Q2, we go to I don't know, Miami, or I meet up with, AK, the guy, the blue painted face guy with the D gods. Maybe we go meet up with him down there and throw an event, or maybe we meet up with the Vibe Tribe and host an event at their place. I don't know if anybody's willing, interested, or wants to do stuff like this, but this is where I'm going with it. And the more and more I talk about it, the more and more real it gets. Like, it's fucking happening. I don't care if it takes the skin of my teeth and it's a hard, thing to deliver. I'm willing to do what it takes because how fun it was meeting. And there's just certain things I think we could have done differently, and certain things that, could have been handled different. But again, that's why I went to these events. I'm taking notes. I literally was at these events writing certain notes down, like, we need to have security at this event. There was no security at the villa. There was no security at the basketball games. It was just secure your own shit, which is fine. But when you start to put together events, you want people to feel like they're comfortable. You want people kind of like, hey, not everybody's just going to run in here. Like, I'm not going to give you any kind of like crazy fearful kind of things, but just imagine if somebody knew that there's a bunch of rich people in one place. What do you think could happen? How long do you think somebody's going to take to get there? So those are things that are real. I've heard about things going down out of the States. I've heard about things going down in NFT NYC. I'm just saying, man, I'm going to protect my people. I'm going to protect my community as best I can. I'm going to take all of that as my responsibility. And if I drop the ball, I drop the ball. And I'm going to have to face the music when that comes. But I'm going to fucking make sure I get the homies set up. I'm going to go right over to the fucking strip club, be like, hey, do you have a list of your bouncers or head bouncers so I can talk to them? I need to get a couple guys over here. Maybe we'll hook them up, get them on board with Kin. If Kin's down, that's a very, very easy way to onboard somebody and give them money instantly in crypto so they can hold on to it. And then they got to come back to you to start learning on-ramp, off-ramp, new wallets. What can I do with this? Yada, yada, yada. But that's what I'm talking about. That's how you get people involved. They'll come back because they're like, that's kind of tight. Or they're going to tune in. They're going to sign up. We got to make it easier. We got to make them see people like us, normal motherfuckers, having a good time. And why do they want to be involved? Because it's fun, because we have a good time doing this, because we're taking a 9-to-5 and living a 6-figure lifestyle. We're changing the game, transfer of wealth. It's the only opportunity to make this sizable gains in this short amount of time. There's nothing else that can do that. You have to study and put in the time for that long-term payment, and you might have to work your whole life to get there. This gets it to you if you play it smart in a few years. This might not be your cycle. Last cycle might not be your cycle. This next fucking cycle coming up, it's your fault if you don't make it. I'm just going to say that. And it'll be my fault if I don't make it this next cycle coming up. I got in the middle of a bear or a middle of a bull run. Went all the way through a bear. I'm going through a bull market right now. Didn't get all the sizable gains. Some things happened. Some things dried up. I share all of my stuff on the timeline because that's real. And other people are going to experience this shit. So, like, if I can help you out and show you, like, yo, simple stuff like when you're in your wallet, you press that little plus button. Those are all, if somebody gets your access, all them fucking accounts are shot. They're not new wallets. That's new accounts under one wallet, under one seed phrase. What's up? Come here. I didn't know that, and that's how I got drained. That's how this asshole that's claimed all of my fucking airdrops where I would have, a little over 10 G's, because I would have definitely sold them and bought back in with, a couple $100 here and there until I get back to where I wanted to be. But that's the name of the game. So why am I saying this? Like, if you didn't get any of that fun shit, you feel like you missed out, stay put. Stay where you are. There's likelihood that there's going to be more EVM chains that are going to offer, and this is the last bit off. I know there's fucking 2 hours now on the dot. So EVM chains, that's something you guys want to pay attention to, because there's going to be a bajillion of these fucking things. Just probably as often as you see NFT projects launching, you're going to see a new EVM chain kind of trying to come out because they've made it easier for people to do that. Is it easy to build on them? Not as simple as it would seem, but it's possible. So say, for one, you look at that one, that's EVM. It was on Cosmos with whatever the fuck that shit was called. When it came over with EVM, you got to link your things in there. You get an OX or an OX address. I'm out of water. So we're going to leave it with that. Pay attention to EVM chains. Abstract's going to be a great one for you guys to benefit from. I know Pudgy Penguins and some of the people that are promoting that have been talking about that. They've been hinting at it. I'm doing my homework. I've got, again, Abstract, Meteora, and Free with 3 E's. That's another one you guys might want to pay attention to. I forget basically what the fuck they do, but we're going to look back into that. This whole weekend's going to be kind of devoted to really breaking down these threads and these posts that people are putting out there saying, you know, you can get this one, you can get this one, you can get this one. Well, I want to figure out, yeah, you can get this one, but you got to do this, this, and this to get there. Or you got to hold some bread in here. Or you got to throw some fucking liquidity into Meteora and let it just cook for the next 6 months or whatever. I don't know when they're dropping their shit, but they said not anytime soon, but next year or something to that effect. Abstract, January. Free, I don't know, January or sometime next year. That's the best I got for you guys. So there's a lot more cooking, guys. There's a lot more coming down the pipeline. We got Bird Eye. We got people hinting at everything. You're going to see people just kind of, you know, saying everything is going to fucking have an airdrop at a certain point here, and then we'll see how the market goes. But again, overall, not good. Well, overall, the recent price action is not good. Overall, I think we're in a good, just fine spot. We'll see how the rest of the year plays out. We'll see how day-to-day things go. I'll catch back up with you guys maybe late night. What's today? Thursday? Yeah, probably not late night. I'll drop this video in a few hours. Might even wait to go grab some bud and then come back and record it after that. Yeah, that's what we'll do. But yeah, like I said, this is nothing to a say on this one. We'll get to say on the next stream. We'll cover the Pallet Exchange. That's the OG fucking marketplace. I kind of like the idea that it's OG marketplace. You also have opportunities for arbitrage where Magic Eden and Pallet Exchange have different prices. At least I saw it with Fungians. That's the dead project. Just kidding. That guy got so fucking bent out of shape about that. I was like, will you stop fucking saying the same thing? Like, just embrace it. Move forward. Be more active. Don't be fucking that guy. You're being weird right now. But there's Silo, I think it's called. You got Yay Finance. You got, what the fuck is Trey works for the one thing he never talks about, the thing that he has that badge for, though, the Vector people. Wait, is that it? No. Vertex Protocol. That's the one. You can trade perps on there. And then what else did they have? Oh, Dragon Swap. Check that one out too. But we are getting off this one. You guys have a good day. I'll catch up with you on the timeline. Keep your eyes peeled for the next YouTube video to drop. I'm going to put it on X, YouTube, and I'm probably going to make a short to put that on TikTok, X, and YouTube as well. So I'll catch up with you guys. Again, I'm not blind. This is just because I'm in front of so many fucking screens. I needed to start doing something here because my shit gets so fucking, you know,